want to thank Peg very much for inviting me, and oh my God, what a hard act to follow. I think I should probably better go home right away. But I'm going to read two short pieces from my book, What She Had to Do. One involves a treasured memory, that's the first little piece, and then the next piece is further on in the book. It involves a woman from San Francisco whose mother is badly ill, seriously ill in England. She goes back to take care of her. There's a whole lot of conflict. As this is a family story, of course, conflict is involved. Can't get away from it. The mother is a feisty woman. She is also somewhat of, she's a beautiful woman. She's also a monster. And she is having a lot of trouble with her medication as we get into the second piece, which does not involve treasure. But just to warn you, there is somewhat has moved forward in time, and so there we are in the second piece with hallucinations. People have been coming into her room, and things are getting a little stressed. So this is the beginning of the book. Is this the right level? Can everybody hear me? Yes. The call comes very early in the morning. I'm in bed with my husband Liam in San Francisco, and this is what I'm dreaming. I'm a child again. It's summer, and Mother and I are staying in a small hotel at the beach. Mother says it's no bit better than a boarding house, and yearns for the fancy place on the cliff with the turrets, emerald lawn, and the pretty umbrellas on the terrace, which even at 6 years old I know we can't afford. But I've never been away from home before, and everything is new and thrilling. I love that our hotel has a name like a real person. It's called Vie en Rose. Our own house is just called number 12. I love the stained glass fanlight over the front door, which throws a red, blue and green peacock tail across the hall floor whenever the sun comes out. I especially love our room. The carpet has a rose pattern on it. There are more roses on the wallpaper, enormous overblown red ones, and our pink quilted beds are so close we can reach out and touch. The room smells of the sea and very faintly of the rose-painted potty in the cupboard between our beds, which Mother complains the maid doesn't wash properly. A unique blend of salt and old pea, which for the rest of my life I'll associate with total happiness. And we're here for 2 whole weeks. On sunny mornings, Mother and I go to the beach to build sandcastles and poke in the tide pools, me in my new red bathing suit with blue balloons on it, she in the red sundress with the blue flowers. We could be twins, she said. When it rains, we put on rubber boots, walk along the cliffs and watch the waves smash on the rocks below. After lunch, we explore the town, go to the cinema or out to tea. I'm too young for the hotel dining room at night, so Mother brings me supper in bed, bread and butter and a boiled egg from the kitchen, and sits with me while I eat it. Each day, the tall, dim rooms at number 12 drift further away, as does the silent man whose eyes follow me everywhere when he thinks I'm not looking, and whose return from work each evening prompts a hectic, welcoming gaiety from Mother, and my banishment to my bath and then bed. Here at Vie en Rose, I have her all to myself. Beautiful Mother with her slanting green-gold eyes, her red smiling mouth, and the thick black hair which she pins into snail coils at night to make it curl. Like a regular film star, your mum, says Mrs. Babacoon, the landlady. And I agree that everything about Mother is beautiful, even her name, Imogen Amanda Sale. Surely nobody else is called Imogen Amanda. The best times are the early mornings when she lets me climb into her bed. She looks so young without her powder and bright lipstick. She smells of sleep, of last night's perfume, and a sharp sweetness which I don't yet know is gin. She wraps her arms round me, buries her face in my neck, then demands, eyes wide with pretend surprise, "Penny, darling, you naughty thing, what are you doing in Mummy's bed? I want to always sleep with you. Only on holidays, Mummy sleeps with Daddy at home. But I want to be with you for always and always. Me too, darling, but someday, you know, you'll get married and leave me. It's just a game we play, but each time I'm shocked she should even think such a thing, let alone say it. I don't want to get married. Promise me you'll never leave me." She smiles and tickles me under the chin with a lock of her hair. "Of course I promise." Suspiciously, "What about when you die?" "Don't be a silly goose, darling. Mummy'll never die." Which is when someone screams, loud and shrill, once, twice, 3 times. Mother's beautiful topaz eyes, the bright window and the rosy wallpaper swirl together and fade into darkness. I wake disoriented. The phone is ringing. The glaring green numerals on the clock radio say 3 a.m. and an English-accented stranger is telling me how Mother has been found unconscious on the kitchen floor and I must come home at once. Surely you know Imogen's dying, he says. Though the part of me in violent denial and clinging to sleep wonders how can that possibly be when seconds earlier Mother was young and beautiful and tickling me with her hair. So moving on now, about 40 years, Penelope is in England from California and she's taking care of her mother who is very confused about her medication. There's also been this immense family conflict I've been just talking about. There's a darkness inside her, a burden she's carrying, old and heavy and secret. As I hand over the evening morphine, the Valium and the glass of water, Mother, can you tell me why you think you're going to hell? Her denial is robust and immediate. What are you talking about? I said no such thing. But if you had said it, I wouldn't have. I don't believe in hell. There's no point in pushing it. She'll either tell me or she won't. I say encouragingly, my best friends are sinners. I can't think of anyone I like would make it into heaven. It'll be really boring. You can leave the bottle beside the bed, Mother says. Instead, I place it in reassuring sight on the bureau and the codeine on her night table with the cap removed. If you have a pain, take one of those. Dr. Cameron says it works faster. I haven't got a pain, but if you do. If I do, Mother nods immediately. One of those. Remember, you should never take more than 4 morphine pills in one day. It's bad for you and makes you see things that aren't there. It's important. If you say so. It's not what I say, it's what Dr. Cameron says that counts, and you trust her, don't you? I check on Mother again before I take my bath, find her lying on her back in semi-darkness, her face a sculpted mask of shadows. Her eyes are partly open. I can see a wet strip of brightness between her lashes, but she makes no sign she knows I'm there. I run a deep tub, add foaming salts, sink down into the water until I'm almost submerged, except for my nose and chin. It's the first time I've relaxed in days. The sound of the building come to me hollowly enhanced through the ancient water pipes. The far-off flush of a toilet, a slammed door, echo of running feet. Somewhere music is playing, a faint choir of richly beautiful voices ascending and descending the scale. I sit up to shampoo my hair and the sounds and voices shut off. When I slide under the water again, they resume, compounded now with muffled hammering, home handyman at work, and a doorbell which rings repeatedly before settling into a long, sustained peal, surely a full minute. Whoever it is should have guessed by now that nobody is home. I raise my head from the water, and at once am assaulted by sound. It's our bell, at our front door. Have they no consideration? Shit, Mother must be scared out of her mind. Until it occurs to me there's been an accident or the house is on fire, and I'll somehow have to maneuver her into her bathrobe, all drugged and confused, then down 3 flights of stairs and out into the cold. I leap from the tub, wrap myself in a towel, run down the dark passage, no smell of smoke, thank God, and fling open the door. Miss Bannerman stands outside. She's the retired principal of a girls' grammar school, small, chunky and reclusive, and lives in the apartment immediately below. One arm is raised, finger still stabbing at the bell. Her other arm supports Mother, who wears nothing but my father's undershirt and is bare from the waist down. Well, cries Miss Bannerman bitterly, at last. She gazes accusingly at my towel-clad figure. I found her all the way downstairs trying to open the front door. She said she was going shopping, like that. Wasn't I silly? Mother sounds amused. All the shops are closed. This person reminded me, and I'd forgotten to bring my basket. Wasn't it kind of her to bring me home? I can never remember her name. I lead Mother down the passage towards her bedroom, Miss Bannerman close on my heels. Wants a tip, Mother confides with a backward jerk of her head. Better give her something. 6pence should be enough. It's extremely lucky I heard her. Miss Bannerman's lips compress into a pale line. I just finished watching National Geographic and switched off the set. And you're also lucky she didn't fall and break her neck. She needs to have responsible supervision in a proper nursing home. You can't always rely on other people. I tuck Mother back in bed while Miss Bannerman hovers outside the door, understandably ruffled. Dreary old cow, mother remarks with disastrous clarity. I bet she's never had a man. Thank you.